Wendell, we're going to talk a little bit about growing up, and we were talking about playing other sports, but on a Saturday night, you were able to, with your buddies, throw your sticks over the backyard fence and pretend the next morning you were going to Mass. Can you tell a little story about that? Because you were given some money to put in the collection.
Oh, okay. I'm being portrayed as
a good guy.
As a good guy. No, I'm just teasing. I learned it from my brother, so I'm going to put that out there right now.
I wouldn't say Daryl said anything about this.
I was fortunate. I had three older brothers, and I have a younger brother and an older sister. But my three brothers set the stage. So for the things that they did, whatever I did was really small towards what they were like. And but yeah, that was the old trick. You know, supposed to go to Mass, and you know, you get questioned when you went home, and like who said Mass, and you know, so when church was letting out, you ran up and asked somebody who said Mass. They would, you know, what priest did the sermons and stuff, and then you went and got a bulletin and you came home. But a lot of times you got caught, you're full of sweat, and you fell on your knee, and your knees burnt out of your pants. But yeah, I got that fence caught me with my newspaper money, and that fence caught me with hockey sticks. And actually, there's one more with the fence too, because I was walking to school and I lost my project or something, and I was so upset. I didn't want to go to school, and the bell rang, and I just said, "Screw it, I'm not going because I don't want to get in trouble." But and then my mother saw me by the fence, so I got caught again. This is portraying me as a tough kid growing up, but I thought I was the model citizen, actually.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. Daryl, your brother, was also a goalie. He was 5 years older, and he said that your dad was the best scout that you guys ever met, because Daryl said that he got all the old equipment, and you were 5 years younger, and you got new skates, new pads, all new equipment. So he must have known something about you.
I always carry on. I said, well, if you treat your parents right, they'll treat you right. And that's what I try to tell them. But no, seriously, and it's an honest story that my dad and my mom, like, we didn't have much, and my mom would save rolls of quarters, save nickels, and have rolls. And when I needed something, she'd go in the top drawer and pull out, because she would save change. And that's how I got goalie pants or goalie skates, but I had it all before my brother. My brother was he played college hockey, like, you know, Canadian college, like D1 hockey, and he, you know, and he was known as, you know, played in the Canada Games, and like he was a big goalie, but I always had the better stuff for some reason. So the joke around the family is my mom and dad were really good scouts, and they knew I had something that he didn't have. But you know, to his credit, he's been in hockey his whole life. So it's and as I've been told one time, we're disciples of hockey.
Well, he told me also, he says, you know, I know he's going to talk about Mom a lot. He says, so ask him about the Volkswagen Beetle.
Like when I was little, I always liked Volkswagen Bugs and the Beetle and stuff. And we ended up having one in the family. It was one of my two things.
Your mom's
baby, it was my mom's baby, and I got to take it. I had to drop somebody off an appointment. I had just got my license, and sure enough, I'm driving back to home until I got to go to school, and somebody ran a stop sign and plowed me into the stop sign that he was supposed to have seen. Of course, police show up. I get in the police car, and I handing, at the time, it was a pink slip when you got your temporary until the hard one came in, and I handed it to the police officer, and he looked at me and he was like, "You've only had your license and you've caused an accident." And I'm like, "Not my fault." And then the guy that hit me, he was like, "No, that was me. I missed the stop sign." So fast forward, my mom's away, my dad's at work. I got the car towed to our driveway. I went to school. In the meantime, my dad came home, and he goes in, there's a car that's totaled in the driveway, and I'm not there. So he was like ready to call all the hospitals. He didn't know what was going on, because back then there was no cell phones and all that, and it was a big thing where I was, and after school's over, I walk in there like, and you know, I had some glass. I didn't get hurt. I probably, you know, but the car was totaled and stuff. But it was, I had glass and whatever. But yeah, for my dad to come home and see a car totaled in the driveway, and I'm not there. So
well, I do want to thank Daryl for so many great stories.
He's told some stories. We're going to do a segment on Daryl someday.
We'll be back certainly with more of Wendell. Let's go back to the Chicago Bulls.